Okay, guys, so the first one actually shouldn't be consecutive. This should be corresponding. Okay, so corresponding angles means they are on in the same place but just different shelf. So like angle 1 and 5. Okay, also angle 3 is hanging and angle 7 is hanging in the same place, just different shelf. So 3 and 7. 2 will go with 6, and then 4 will go with 8. So 1 with 5, 3 with 7, 2 and 6, and 4 and 8. And corresponding angles are congruent. The next type is when your lines are parallel. So this is very important part. And you have a transversal, so another one crossing it. There are special angles are called, and one pair is called alternate interior. What does that mean? It's interior because it's between the parallel lines, and alternate because they're alternating. So, for example, 3 and 5 are alternate interior, and 4 and 6 are alternate interior. Okay, what do we know about them? 3 and 5, they're congruent to each other. 4 and 6, they're congruent to each other. So if this is 120, I know this is 120. If this is 60, I know this is 60. Okay, next pair is alternate exterior. So they are exterior because they're outside of your parallel lines, and they are alternating. So 2 and 8 is one pair, and 1 and 7 is another pair. And what do we know about those? They are also congruent. So if angle 1 is 60 degrees, then I also know angle 7 is 60 degrees. Okay, the next one is called same side interior. So that will be angle 4 and angle 5. They're on the same side and they're between the parallel lines. They're not the same. See, I marked 2 arcs and 1 arc. They add up to 180 degrees. So if this is 60, this has to be 120 because 60 plus 120 is 180. So angle 4 and 5 are same side interior, and angles 3 and 6 are same side interior. They're also called consecutive interior because they're next to each other. Okay, the next pair that we have is called same side exterior. So they are sitting on the same side of your transversal, but they're exterior. Okay, so 2 and 7, angle 2 and 7, and angle 1 and 8 are same side exterior. And again, they're not equal to each other. They add up to 180. So like this one has 2 arcs and this one has 1 arc. Okay, next one, vertical angles. Vertical angles are not only formed by parallel lines and transversal. You can just have 2 lines intersecting and they're going to call vertical angles. What is sometimes confusing, vertical angles like angle 1 and 3 are vertical. They have to touch. Okay, they have to have the same vertex. So 1 and 3 are vertical. Okay, 2 and 4 are vertical. I cannot call 2 and 8 vertical because they're not touching. They don't have the same vertex. 5 and 7 are vertical. 5 and 7. And also 6 and 8 are vertical. And vertical angles are congruent. And the last one, and again, this is not only formed by parallel line and transversal, but we're going to use it a lot. There's called something a linear pair. Linear pair means they're going to form a line. So for example, angle 1 and 2 is a linear pair. And 4 and 3 is also a linear pair. But you can also think about it the other way. 2 and 3 also are forming a line. So they're also a linear pair. And the same on the other side, 1 and 4. And the same on the opposite sides of this, on the other side, on the other parallel line. Okay, so they have to be right next to each other, so they're like consecutive, but they have to form a line. Because what's the difference between consecutive and linear pair? This is more specific. Consecutive can be this. Those two angles are consecutive, but they're not necessarily forming a straight line. Those two angles are not only consecutive, but they also form a straight line. So more accurate name for this is it will be linear pair.